Today marks 1 year of Russia's war on Ukraine. Thousands of Ukrainians have died from the war and cities destroyed. And the end of this war still looking uncertain. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp had boots on the ground in Ukraine and Poland during this war, and she shares her reflections on the humanitarian crisis this war has caused.
Soon after Russian troops entered into Ukraine, we were the only local American television station to send local journalists to cover the crisis, and we saw firsthand the hardships many of these refugees had to endure. In March 2022, just weeks after the Russians invaded, the Medica border crossing, one of the few crossings from Ukraine into Poland, was filled with volunteers from all over the world. At that border, we saw many Ukrainian refugees, mostly women and children, take their first few steps into Poland.
It took us 2 days to go from Kharkiv over to Lviv, but everyone is very friendly and we're grateful for that.
Most of the refugees we saw only had a backpack or a suitcase, carrying as little as possible for the long journey into Poland. The crossing was crammed, but filled with people who have good intentions. But the help didn't end at the border. In Warsaw, we saw the soccer stadium transform into a place where refugees can help get settled in a country that is not their own. As you can see right behind me, there's a long line of Ukrainian refugees, and what they're doing here is they're waiting to get their Polish ID number, which would help them basically get any medical assistance as well as some cash while they're staying here in Poland. Animal shelters also took in people's pets while families looked for a place to stay. Refugees filled train stations, giving them free rides to cities in and out of Poland. Many refugees fled to Poland and other neighboring countries without knowing anyone there. But we met people who took in refugees into their homes, turning strangers into family. We saw an overwhelming amount of goodwill in Poland. But during our reporting, we also stumbled upon people from our local communities doing their part. People from Corning, New York, helping refugees at the border.
We're doing good work here, for the sake of humanity,
And Erie's Logistics Plus, making arrangements to deliver humanitarian aid.
It just makes us want to redouble our efforts and collect more, gather more, raise more, to be able to send it to the people here so that they can help the people from Ukraine.
And Chautauqua County, New York, putting her life on the line, driving into Ukraine to deliver medical supplies and military vests.
Intentionally, none of this is intentional. It's kind of there's this God thing kind of floating above that makes this all come together, in my opinion.
The reality for many of these Ukrainian refugees is that they cannot return home until the war is over. Coming up tonight, only on Erie News Now, we'll take you inside Ukraine, showing you the reality of war. Rachel Knapp, reporting for Erie News Now.